Alright, hello everybody, welcome to VR Master League Channel 1. Welcome back, that is to say. Only been a couple hours since I've seen you last, maybe even less. So with that, a lot of fun, a lot of laughs about to be had. It's the man in the green, you can't see it, but trust me, PAMWOW over on my left, me over on my center. I'm very zen right now. PAMWOW, we've got Leviathan, we've got Invictus. Gonna be fun.
Yeah, 100% going to be fun. You know, Leviathan have taken pretty much all the games against Invictus if we're looking at the past season, this season. But honestly, when you take a look at the team Invictus in general, they are a team that they aren't afraid of changing, they aren't afraid of developing. And honestly, time will tell how they will play against Leviathan in future games, in this game in particular. So definitely a lot of interesting gameplay to come.
Well, I believe it, and I believe in the Twitch chat there, Mr. Carrot, Mr. Well, I almost missed you. Thank you for the Prime. Appreciate that just a minute ago. So very nice and kind of you. We got Kong in the chat as well as Artifact, Lucid the Carry, Gish Nishku, and the list goes on. And we will continue. And yeah, happy again to be back in the seat with Pam. Happy to be in the casting seat in general because it was all too sparse in the first cycle, I feel, and yet here we are, partnering to be partying every single night, PAMWOW, on Twitch Channel 1.
Yeah, I was about to swap partner with mate, but if I went for the continued version of that word, it wouldn't have been good. Anyway, we're heading into the joust now. Invictus heading up against Leviathan. And yeah, we're definitely in for a good one, folks. Yeah, so let's just see who comes out on top of this initial joust.
Also, just a word to the Twitch there. See some comments. I'll put my own credibility on the line. I do believe Leviathan very much would be a master tier in any of our regions, having witnessed them across the seasons. They are good, they are great, and the team play is on point as Soggy Bunning snags and Snoggy Bunning tags. It's 2 points to start it off.
And if you caught a taste of our previous match with Leviathan, you would know that Soggy Bunning Snags was on complete fire, nailing threes from all around the court. So, I mean, if this is just like the little start dose of the match, I wouldn't be surprised. Soggy Bunnings for 2.
Oh yeah, yesterday in round 2 of that match, we saw Leviathan. Oh man, Soggy Bunnings had hit everything. He hit a Kung shot, he hit a Cloud shot, he hit all kinds of bouncers, close range, long range, didn't matter. He went off for, I believe, 16 points in the second round yesterday. So certainly the hot hand, but I don't know if that'll last the full day. Let's see. Early signs are good.
Yeah, and the regrabs are good as well from Invictus. However, Leviathan are on top of that disc almost immediately, finding that clear through the left tunnel here and trying to find that bounce will work for Jimboreen here, bouncing off that mid side. And oh, the regrabs nearly got to him first, but able to find the pass, bouncing off that Ghost. Punda chasing it down back to Jimboreen. It was a self pass. Now back down into the bubble. The real Zero's crossing it over to Punda. Punda wrapping it up, and that's going to bounce.
Yeah, what an angle. That was tightly woven and perfectly scored. Invictus down by 4 at the moment, back on the offensive joust. This team, sure, against the reigning defending champions, you would give the favor to Leviathan, but Invictus is not one to be denied. They are still a team ever on the rise. And as we've seen earlier tonight, in fact, okay, we had Austin Burner's Ethereal go to 3 rounds. We had the New York Kings and LA Skyline. That went to 3 rounds against expectations. We've seen Ignite on the NA side drop around here and there, and nearly dropped around the Burners as well. And Venues a couple weeks ago. Team Gravity on the other end, they've dropped matches as well. So you can never doubt the potential of these teams in Diamond or elsewhere in Master to cause upsets.
Yeah, 100% here. And oh my goodness, the follow-up dinging off the right side of the post. That was so close there from Punda. Punda always loves to get those nice long snipes from those tunnels there. Unfortunately, dinging off the right side. However, bouncing back to Jimboreen's hands now. So Jimboreen spotting the player by the left side of the trench. However, he's marked some dubstep, some saves. Guacanole taking care of it and not letting that little bit of lag get into him there.
Man, saving a dubstep disc. Not sure I see that often or ever. A slapper, though, just missing past that backboard. Boarded, though. And 5 up with a 2 down. Dunked on the way in. Just about changing to blue, but it's still the first 2.
Yeah, was that a dunk? I swear I just saw him throw that one and he counted as dunk. Regardless, it was 2 points and they'll take it.
It turned blue right on the way in, so the other player grabbed it. It wasn't long enough to have the name change on the scoreboard, but it was long enough for the game to think it was a dunk.
Yeah, and I think that was enough to startle whoever made the pause. Then I think they're just reconsidering their thing. They're looking at the stream now, Palidore, and they're like, "Wait a minute, what just happened? That was not a dunk." They're gonna take their time here in this pause for whatever the reason is, but it gives us a bit more time to take a look at the chat here that I've been neglecting for a bit. Sorry, too much gameplay going on. Wooks Kong OCE, who asked NA vs OCE. Yep, chat already took care of that one. It is an OCE vs OCE games, and we do so love these OCE games. As Jimbarine do so loves Punda in that camera angle, that mighty nice, that mighty nice camera angle that Palidore has provided.
I'll say uncle because that's a mighty niece indeed, but back to the other side. We'll see what's happening in the opposite tunnels, shall we? 5 up and Guacanole. D-Foot, of course, a frequent of the Twitch chats. Always glad to see the foot in the stream. And Duck Z, who am very liable to call Ducks and Duck Z all in the same match, alternating between the two just because I can. But also great to see these players here, not strangers to Season 4 streams. Certainly, we've gotten a few of them for Invictus.
Yep, and if we are wondering in terms of what the timeout was for, I'm pretty sure they are just taking a quick break. They don't want to get the momentum swept on top of them Invictus for too long. Either that or waiting for the ping to die down, whichever. Regardless, they're taking advantage of it. They're definitely discussing amongst themselves new strategies. They're trying to get themselves back into this game Invictus as we try to get back into this game. Still 7 minutes remaining on the timer, so anybody's first round. And yeah, still, honestly, we've already seen so much action within the opening of this round. The regrabs are basically what surprised me the most. Invictus, they are chasing that disc up and down the court, and they're only like a fraction of a millisecond away from Leviathan. And I feel like the only thing separating these two teams is Leviathan, when they are regrabbing, they are almost always going to be on top of that disc. They're not just going to be regrabbing to the goals, they're regrabbing to that disc specifically. Whereas Invictus, although those regrabs are there and they're consistent, they might not always be as accurate as you'd want them to be. So if there is a difference that we can note here, it is definitely that.
And I see suddenly what the players were pointing out, both in the chat as well as the game. It is a earthquake here happening on Soggy Bunning's internet connection, it seems like, so that is not the greatest of news, especially given, as we said, the offensive juggernaut, at least this week, and just in general, but definitely if they have to switch out a player, that could be a factor to watch out for. Yeah,
Soggy Bunning snags, who let the cows out?
Who?
If you must know, Soggy Bunnings does have cows. This is confirmed. Has a farm, has some cows, and sometimes they see that router, they see them wires, and they're like, hey, that looks like some really nice juicy grass, and they take that bite, and well, this is what happens. Soggy's Bunning Snag just shoots up, but I think they might be good to go now. I think he kicked the cow off the router, and I think we're good to go.
You may be one of the first people to ever say the phrase, that's some juicy grass. That said, this is a juicy game.
Green grass. Wait, you never had that song?
No, should I have?
Oh no! Wait a minute. Surely someone in the chat, juicy green grass. That's like one of the OGs. Anyway.
Oh yeah, E-I-E-I-O.
Okay, no. Here comes the pass to Jimbarine in the bubble. Oh, dinging it offside from the post, and Duck Z with the recovery.
Oh, just missing the handles there, so back to the side wall, pinned off by Guacanole, trying to dodge around with some success. Over to 5 up as we are 4 into this game, 4 minutes that is. A gentle pass and a tap back, a little less gentle. These teams now contesting each other inside trap, bouncing high, bouncing low, reset into Jimboree near that goal, and clear on out. Actually, a pass to Zeros.
Yep, and Zero's going to find that pass right across the midfield there. Good pass there from Zero's back to Punda. Punda lining up the shot. Oh, bouncing down below from the backboard. And the bounce, I'm not sure what's happened there with Zero's just missing that disc, unfortunately. But Soggy able to recover it here. And Jimbarine able to cover Guacanole for the player as the bounce might work back towards them. And Jimbarine now with the possession funneling it down. Oh, bouncing off the boot.
Some good defense inside that bubble. Meanwhile, outside of it, attempting to gather their bearings, but losing track of it. So slapped out there by Guacanole to the mid lane where it does ricochet a few times. There's Duck Z deep down, and easy does it for D-Foot, and that was a doozy to tie it up at 4.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of exactly what I was mentioning earlier. The regrabs from Invictus, they are there ready for that disc almost every single time. Leviathan are pretty much equal in terms of regrabs. That is a prime example of just great turnover from Invictus. Sending the player all the way down to the goals, just ready for that pass immediately, and just taking advantage of that open goal before Leviathan, although they did manage to get back there, not in time.
And also, Twitch chat, hello to Aiden VR, Mighty Quinn, and Stardust, Kaza. Some familiar faces from recent streams as well. Have not heard of Space Pirate Trainer, or Space Pirate Arena. You know, Lemming, my old teammate, used to be #1 on the leaderboard as a Space Pirate Trainer, that is. But, just an interesting note. I'll have to check it out, though. But this is not Space Pirate Trainer, this is Echo Arena, and they are in space, and they are up by 2 after that nice place shot in that right pocket. Leviathan.
Surely there's a team named Space Pirates, because that's probably got to be one of the coolest names. Like above, it would even, honestly, I think it would compete with Leviathan's name. Space Pirates. If there isn't a name, make the team now, make the name, or else I'm heavily disappointed in VRML.
You do not want to disappoint Pam, no sir. That's that taking it over, and they'll lose that disc actually right into the trap. It takes a few weird bounces, and neither team able to gather control. Punda, though, trying to make that change, and from long range, 21 deep, 9-4.
Yeah, Punda definitely took a look in the mirror there, made that change, made the 3 points from 21 meters out, a 5-point lead here. Invictus, we're keeping it very close here. It was a tied game, ladies and gentlemen, but now with 3 minutes 55 remaining on the timer, they've got some points to, you know, get themselves back into the game. Here comes the just advantage.
So D-Foot lining it up. Oh, an unforced error, though, turned over into that bubble. Will they be able to recover in time? Looking like it, but not with a ton to spare. So dishing it, dumping it, and pass 1, 2 sets of hands. 3, 4, 5, in fact. We are counting here on this mountain as they are mounting a lead that might just grow right about now into the hole, 12-4.
And that play there just shows how important having that one open player just to unravel yourself from all the chaos. It just helps out so much in those situations. Soggy Bunnings waiting on the Pac-Man there. After all the chaos is finally dealt with, they just, hey, there's an open player there. Bang, straight to Soggy. Soggy, bang, straight to the goals. No competition with that one.
And on this joust, that is really long on the pass. Was tough on the catch, was a few feet away. So Soggy gets to the front line. 2 players actually just latching on and in a hurry, maybe too much of a hurry, as they will not be in line with that disc recovery. Punda able to sling a fast one over to Zeros. The Zeros being stunned and left to wait out and right in that side wall, and back into Guacamole's arms, but the comms maybe not there, so another turnover. Pam spinning and avoiding, passing, slapping, winning 14-4.
Delaying the shot, baiting out the keeper, and finding the nice pass there to Punda for the slap inside. Another 2 points to Leviathan. And it goes to show again how the regrabs counted in that situation, Palidore. You know, Leviathan, just because of their precision on top of that disc, that is what generated that possession. Invictus, they had the regrabs there first, but it wasn't on top of that disc, and that's what kind of led into that whole situation working against them. So now Leviathan with the possession, looking for a few more points, and it's just too easy for Punda.
Absolutely. Doesn't need much of an angle, doesn't need much time. That goal is open and Punda's anywhere nearby. A lot of the time that will be a made shot. Invictus falling behind by a bit here with less than 2 minutes to spare, attempting to get their bearings right back so they can have some success in the last minute and then the next round.
Yep, D-Foot with that position there, and unfortunately bouncing off that same gear once again here. It's really not working out for Invictus with these just advantages as Soggy Bunnings sends it in for another 3. Leviathan, the 3 machines here, just pulling him out left, right, and center.
They're cooking. They are cooking. Those Soggy Bunning snags are heated up now. 20-4. Anytime you hit that 20 mark, Pam, that's kind of the... I suppose you'd call it the measuring stick. Any team in any region, when that 20 point is hit, it's kind of, I know basketball comparisons again, but it's like in basketball, first to hit 100 wins, usually first to hit 20 wins.
Yeah, in terms of rounds, couldn't agree more. But here comes Invictus. They are not really letting that score difference really get to them here. They're going to keep putting in these points, try and bring a bit of the momentum back to them as they do sail into the next round within the next 45 seconds.
Yeah, so they're still going to get the scores. Of course, this team in Invictus, a resilient one. They've been involved in many exciting matches throughout the course of this season, last season as well. This team trying to find their success in Season 4, as we do get actually a crash, it looks like, or maybe just a sub situation. Either or, though. Looking to close this one out early. 3v4 apparently is a deep shot. Will miss as it bounces a few different ways.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be surprised if it was a sub, because I know that Leviathan, they do have a tendency of liking to swap out players to give them all a bit of that experience in the VRML side of things, as well as I think it's as long as they have felt out their opponent and they feel as though that they can definitely afford a sub out in a situation like this, that is when they'll most likely bring it out. So, I mean, by all means, that's what Leviathan's going for. They're trying to train up the new peeps on the team, trying to train up the peeps that haven't had a peep of the VRML scene. So, you know, bring him onto the team.
Yeah, why not? We'll see who exactly they bring in or bring back, either or, in the next moment or two. Into the Twitch chat, Rowdy saying 28 degrees, which, by my estimation, I think in freedom units is, I don't know, around 112, I'll guess. Let me see. I'm curious. 28 C to F. Oh, I'm way off. 82. 28? That's not... I would be glad if it was 28 degrees in here right now. My goodness, I'm offended that you think that's hot. I'm actually offended.
Okay, listen. If it's a sunny day and it's 28, it depends on how... Okay, you know what? I don't know what to say for that one. Is it actually 82 Fahrenheit for you guys? 28?
Yeah, we'll see, because he said, oh, it's hot here. It's 28. So I imagine, you know, when someone over here says, oh, it's hot, I'm thinking, surely they mean it's in the hundreds. 82.
Oh.
My room temperature is just barely below that, and I like it that way.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe it's just what we're used to, I guess. I mean, there are some places in Australia where it will hit around like 30, even sometimes it's hit 40 degrees, but it's I think that's when you would be like kind of what you're kind of maybe used to. Over here, I'm not sure what's going on, but I'll tell you where the heat is at right now. It's in this second round that we're getting into.
Yeah, honestly, you know, don't mind me, Rowdy. I'm jealous more than anything. But indeed, we'll start this round. And actually, curiously, as you might note, still 3v4. They did not get another player in there, and they also opted not to start or take a timeout. So, not sure the strategery at play there, but nonetheless, they are trying to play on this way for at least right now.
Yeah, well, I feel like Leviathan definitely have had a bit of a confidence grown based on that previous round here. So if that's what it's stemming from, then you know what, it's their team. They can try whatever they would like, but it definitely does come at a cost, and it comes at a risk. So Invictus will definitely be looking to try and take advantage of this 4v3 situation.
Oh yeah, as they should, and down the floor they go. That's a deep heave and almost in alignment, but does take a bad bounce off that pack to enable Punda to grab it back. I think at this point, honestly, because of the situation, even if they just leave someone latched on to one of their players on the feet, they could use that right now for Invictus, because all it takes is one single player getting delayed on Leviathan to ruin their entire day in terms of being able to stay mobile.
Yeah, 100%. And you can even see in plays like that, Invictus, they're doing so well with their regrabs. They're getting to the destination, but it's just that those final few moments of hesitation, those final few moments of just regathering themselves once they get to that area where they're regrabbing to, it just costs them the points. Leviathan still in this 3v4, trying to chase down the possession, finding the stun, not allowing Guacanol to find those 2 points. They're trying to find the pass, bouncing away, and D-foot and 5-up are on top of that one. So now they might be able to look for a tying opportunity here.
Yeah, and this one, team play, something they need to look at for sure, as 5-up gets a score. So just walking it in. But in this kind of situation, if they don't field that fourth player, the thing is, Invictus has to know. They have to know. There's a high percentage goal available all the time. Silver Ridge now just joining in. Because otherwise, there's always going to be at least one, maybe two people open if you're going 4v3.
Yeah, in a 4v3, you'd think that passing would kind of be like the go-to 100% of the time, or even dedicating that. You can freely dedicate that one player to the goalie stun. Whatever the case may be, you can definitely utilize a lot in a 4v3 situation. However, Leviathan getting Silveridge back on it. Was it a sub? Was it a quickly last second? Was it a self goal? D-foot. Unfortunate with that one, as Leviathan put it in for 2.
Yeah, made the catch, but even on the other side of the world, Chicago is ever present sometimes, as Invictus goes back on the joust advantage.
Yep. And Wooxkong in the chat saying Invictus need to space each other out, I reckon. And honestly, mate, yeah, in a lot of these cases, it would make sense, especially in that 4v3 situation. But as much as I'd like to go off on what I think would be best for these players, oh, still back there from Leviathan and Invictus. As much as I'd like to go on and about what might be the good play, I feel like until I'm there and I'm playing, I won't know 100%. So I like to keep I like to not go too hard in with those predictions there, as Punda goes pretty hard in with those 2 points for a 6-2 lead now.
Yeah, lovely job there on the dishes from back to front and back again. I mean, they're just cycling that disc with efficiency, looking for the players, whoever might be cutting at any given moment. That's where the pass is going, and they're finding success based off that to the tune of 6 points so far in the second round.
Yep, D-Foot clearing that disc over to DuckZ. DuckZ getting rid of it, and it's that pressure that Leviathan are providing with those regrabs there that are kind of making these passes a bit annoying to kind of connect. However, they still connect them in the end. The intercept there from Soggy off the nest, and that's a really good intercept as he sends it all the way down. The disc is bouncing back, and the regrabs are just on top of that rebound, and they're able to find another 2 points.
Yeah, got back on the stack with no time wasted. Found the angle, and you give that one open to Punda or Soggy for that matter. I mean, both of them, like I said, don't need too much space or time really to get a confident shot off.
Yep, and now with another Joust advantage here, D-Foot finding that pass over to the right tunnel. It will be 5 up, finding a pass before he is stunned out. Soggy trying to pressure that pass, but that disc just rolled all the way down behind the backboard and just met its way into the hands of Guacanol. He found those 2 points.
You know, part of me wonders also if that first receiver that was by that route, maybe there was a communication that said let it go. Maybe not. But it's one of those situations where they had 2 players deep, and then recognizing the fact that hey, there's the goal unguarded. So either or, that pass slipped through. Perfect spot for a shot to capitalize quickly. They're only down by 4 here, Pam. It's perfectly within reach to still make something special happen.
Yeah, 100%, and 5 minutes remaining on the timer. Anything can happen, as Punda shows that anything can happen. Dribbling his way up from the roof and finding those 2 points. So still well in the means of finding a tie here, or even a lead Invictus. All it will take is a 3-pointer or 2, and they can definitely get themselves back into this one.
And old Jack Burton in the chat asking if I've ever heard of Charles Barkley. Yeah, terrible. He's the best. Suns legend, Phoenix Suns legend. Of course I've heard of Barkley. Never saw him live, but yeah, one great player for sure. I'm always excited to acknowledge basketball references. As Ducks, see, I did it. Sends it over down to 5 up, who actually does have the heads-up play, taking it back. Good save, better offense, 5 up.
Yep, and a good 2 points there. Slam dunk, you want a reference? That's Giannis for you. 6 points, 210 here. Just advantage for Leviathan. And they do have the point lead here, so this is where Leviathan like to change things up. So sometimes Leviathan will almost always Leviathan will answer back almost immediately once that point is scored back on them. But little do we see Leviathan actually take that just advantage and, you know, kind of take advantage of the fact that they have the point advantage, they have the time on their side. So I'm always curious to see if they'll ever bring that one into the game sooner or later. But with that said, stunning yet again is Punda, and Punda with a clear.
Yeah, it was otherwise a good work up the floor. They potentially had some offense about to go, but you really can't get too lax and loose with how long you hold that disc around the defense of Leviathan there. In that situation, definitely those back passes, resets, crosses, anything else would have been pertinent at that juncture, because that giveaway, as you said, Leviathan is a team who just pounces quickly, they'll punish quickly, they're not going to go unanswered for too long.
And Miss Revenge here, I really wish, I mean, I don't know if Palidore wants to give it a try, so I won't spoil it or anything, but I really want to try, but I can't.
Well, I don't know how I'm going to sneak that word in. I know how to pronounce it, but that said, we'll be taken by Real Zeros here with an opportunity. 2:42 left in this round. Soggy Bunning snags with it. Soggy 2 zeros, a good dipsy-do of a move. And the offense, again, almost casual on that shot. Punda.
Yeah, the chemistry is just too good to be true here with Leviathan. These passes, they're setting up themselves. The points are setting up themselves here. The passes, as you said, they look so casually. It's almost as if they're in slow motion sometimes. And as easy as Leviathan able to make it look, it's just that chemistry, all the passing that's involved in it, definitely does take its time to perfect, takes its time to create. And that's what Leviathan have done over the seasons, over the games. They've definitely made themselves those opportunities. So yeah, huge shout out to Leviathan with those pretty cool pass plays. And Soggy just hit the there it is. Okay.
I'm not sure what he hit, but I'll go check on the other side maybe.
He threw up the ball and Punda hit the woe and he caught it.
I'm totally lost right now. I don't even see Soggy anywhere.
He's like behind, yeah.
Okay, we're just gonna sit right here. I should know better than to take the camera off of Soggy. My bad.
Welcome back, everybody, to the halftime show. Soggy also providing the entertainment as well as the rest of Leviathan there by the nest. Invictus taking the pause here, I believe, because honestly, it's not even unreasonable to take a pause here, even if you're just trying to gather yourselves up, because in games like Echo Arena, you can definitely get carried away in terms of momentum, especially if you're feeling the points kind of building up against you. It can definitely start to feel a bit overwhelming. So taking a pause is definitely something you can utilize. It's in the game. It's a tool any player can use. So yeah, I wouldn't blame Invictus if they're taking this time now to regather themselves. Still well within reach to at least tie the game up, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, definitely mathematical time. The math does check out. And old Jack Burton, phew, thought Soggy hit a cow for a moment. Yeah, honestly, I was half expecting the same thing.
Hey, PAMWOW. Do you guys have volcanoes over there?
Do we have volcanoes over here? No, I'm pretty sure we don't. Do you have volcanoes over there?
No, not really. If you're ever in the presence of a volcano, just make sure not to breathe too deeply, else you might get Newman ultramicroscopic silicovolcanoconiosis, I think. It's either coniasis or coniosis, one of the two.
Wow.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. I know it's totally random to bring that up, but I'm just saying don't ever do that, because you do not want Newman ultramicroscopic silicovolcanoconiosis. It's a bad thing.
Do you guys have Mary Poppins over there?
Absolutely not.
Just be careful, because you might get supercalifragilisticexpialidocious
Well, that said, that's a super sick save from Duxy. How about that? That was a spoonful of sugar. Now if they can get back, maybe they can make this medicine go down, and it would be in the most delightful way. But that said, taking a little bit of extra time, so they're gonna have to send a dime to D-Foot, and D-Foot looking ahead, seeing if they can make a play happen here. Cutting, patient play off that boot, and still yet to the shoulder. They're hitting the heads, shoulders, knees, and toes. I suppose Duck Z gets it to go.
Yeah, Duxy gave him a spoonful with that shot there. No one getting through to that disc, and honestly, a very hard shot to make in that situation. There were members all across the board ready for that intercept. There was a goalkeeper there ready for it, but Duxy weaved it into the goals regardless. 2 points to Invictus, and hey, that pause definitely did, kind of wake themselves up, bringing themselves into the later half of this second round, but will it be enough?
Yeah, that's the main thing. I almost wish there were a couple minutes of extra play here, because much closer it was. Look at that good dive out on Zeros to deny that opportunity as that gets sent way back like a rocket through that midfield.
Wait a
that
minute.
Could it be? Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
Almost 2 days in a row we've gotten one of those shots. But that said, Silveridge able to retain. Like I said, Pam, I wish there were just a couple extra minutes, because Invictus looking much cleaner here. Indeed.
Yeah, it definitely does go to show how every second does count in this game. And something that I will note is how Invictus definitely picked up their game in terms of regrabs at those later few minutes there. Those regrabs were definitely on target almost every single time. So, I mean, whether that's one of the reasons how those plays became that much clean and that much more easy, in fact, just finding all those points in those last few minutes, whatever the case may be, those regrabs were definitely picking up there. And yeah, Palidore, as you said, it definitely does make you wonder if there were only a few more minutes. Who knows?
Well, maybe will. Oh no! I was trying to get a good look at the stats before they reset, but they just reset. Yeah, unfortunately, folks, our Ignite stats are a wee bit borked this week. Apologies for that. Not something that I would say is commonplace, except for as of recently. So I know we're trying to work on it, but for the moment, a lot of these stats are getting a bit doubled up. It seems like after rounds. So bear with us. We'll go back to the actual stats screen and just not that screen. Wrong one, not round 2.
Round 2, everybody. Invictus and Leviathan. Leviathan obviously doing very well in that first round, and here we go. Joust advantage.
Oh, score screen. Here we go. So just keep in mind that stats there are doubled up, I believe. So if you cut things in half, might make more sense, maybe. In any
Sounds
case,
like a Willy Wonka room.
Yeah. Well, exactly. That's exactly what this is. Shout out Willy Wonka, sponsored by when?
Willy Wonka would invent Dr. Pepsi, by the way. That's all I'm saying. Like, you can hate on it as much as you want. Willy Wonka would invent that.
Yeah, I could see it happening. Never know. I mean, we've already discussed all the spoonsful of sugar and whatnot, so... Hey, perfect time for some Wonka action. But that said, here's some hydration action there. That will be the last game. Well, the only games essentially of this hour. There are more happening later. Let's see. There'll probably be some more in a little bit. I'll just have to look at the schedule. But that at minimum is the last game currently scheduled until another like 2.5 hours. So there's a bit of time. I may in fact be up for some of those. So you'll have some stuff. Don't worry. But any other things there in the chat, or Pam, you got some words of wisdom?
Words not of wisdom. I wish I could provide that. Words of an Aussie. Huge shout out to everybody in the chat for stopping by. Appreciate everyone. The sub earlier. I'm gonna quickly scroll up as fast as possible because I'm sorry, I forgot the name. Was it? It was. Oh my god, it's on the tip of the tongue, Palidore. Do you remember the name?
Of what now?
Of the sub. There was a sub, I believe, earlier.
Oh yes,
I just
it
wanted to
was
shout out.
Mr. Carrot Mister.
There it is. Yep, Mr. Carrot Mister. Yeah, appreciate it, Mister.
You almost missed it.
Thank you for the. Yeah, I almost missed it. Yep. That's why you're here, Palidore. See, this is why you're a caster, mate. You pull out ones like that. It just you can't not smile at puns like that one.
Indeed.
Definitely not for other reasons.
No.
Like casting or anything. Thanks to the chat for stopping by. Thanks for the thanks of our casting. I definitely love casting here with Palidore. So couldn't be thankful enough for that one. That's all from me.
I got an Echo fidget spinner.
You got an Echo? Why didn't you start with that?
I don't know.
You didn't open with the Echo fidget spinner.
Oh.
Okay, well, before we go, Wooks Kong wants a high five. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, bang. There you go. Good days. Oh, sorry.
Good days. Well, I lost my nose. That said, I suppose this is it for the stream. We will be back a little bit later on. Probably, like I said, a minimum of 2 hours away still. 2.5 hours until the next game would be there. But for those night owls from NA, the morning birds for EU, and just the old prime time folk from OCE, I'll probably see you in a bit. Until next time, though, be happy, healthy, safe, and be Numen Ultra Microscopic Silico Volcano Coniosis to each other. We'll see you again real soon.
And we're underway.
Season 4 of VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Asterion Products, VRware, Rebuff Reality, VR Cover, and ProTube VR.